What is going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth Astrology. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic, and this is where we look at the rhythm of the heavens to speak the language of the soul. The astrological forecast from the 30th of May, which is a new moon in Gemini, all about that right now, until the 6th of June. You can join our retreat, Heaven on Earth retreat, here in Spain with Charlotte and I, 7 days from the 2nd until the 8th of July. Check it out. The link is in the description below. All right, so we start off the new moon in Gemini. The week starts like that. So how do you start your Monday is very important. I do have to say, so Gemini is about our surroundings, okay? Taurus was everything about the physical body, and now something is spoken out. These are the words, and our words, when we, for instance, shout or when we speak, there's only a certain level that we can reach, right? That's one thing. But in the second, I would say, since Mercury is going retrograde from Gemini into Taurus, which is an air sign, into an earth sign, as I already said, this is about our impact of our ideas and our thoughts on our material world. So how we manifest. And so it's interesting that this new moon, which is always, in a way seen as a start of a new cycle, so something you are sowing for it to blossom in 2 weeks and to be harvested in 6 months with the full moon in Gemini in Sagittarius season. What's interesting is that the ancient ones believed that whenever there's a new moon, you pass on something, you pass on a question, you pass on an intention to the universe, which will, since the moon is in between the sun and the earth, passes it on to the sun, and the sun passes it on into the universe, and then later with the full moon 2 weeks later, your question is answered, because now the sun has passed it back to the earth through the moon and reflecting it back. So there's since the moon is our self-image and is really linked to our emotions, it will tell us something about how we feel, and how we feel is really, together with our thoughts, the most important aspect of manifestation. It is the combination of both that are necessary. So the reason I'm saying that is that more than an intention right now, I truly believe that we should be asking a question with this new moon in Gemini that is about our surroundings, about words that we speak, about our communication, and the thoughts that we have. What thoughts do we want to have? Now, Mercury is retrograde in Taurus, so it is reflecting on value, on the matter of things. What is important for us? What choices are we making? And it is conjunct the North Node for our future, for our evolution, for our self-worth. How much do we value ourselves? So how much are we right now making the right choices? And are we content? Square Saturn too. Are we happy with the choices that we've made? And chances are that we're going to readjust, because it's a Mercury retrograde that is squaring Saturn. We're going to readjust not only just because we want it ourselves, but we also are going to be pushed by others, by other authorities, people that have authority over us, people that just share a common responsibility. If we have a new job, if we have a new parent role, if we have even, just the tiniest of responsibilities, having your own garden, for instance, what is going well there, what is not going well these coming weeks or coming days, will tell you about the choices you've made and how that reflects it back to you, and whether you want to continue that, whether you want to stop that, whether you are invested, because it's Taurus is an investment. How well invested are you in this? And do you want to keep continuing that? And that is truly maybe the question that you can ask yourself. You know, what investments matter to me truly? And what investments can I make? What choices do I best make to keep growing and evolving? What do I appreciate really? And how can I show that into my environment? So it is, as I said, more a question that we should ask ourselves. And really, I think that, again, even though we got Mars in Aries and Jupiter in Aries, and you know, we are pushing forward, and there's a lot of new beginnings and new starts, and there's fresh energy in that sense. You know, Mercury's retrograde, Saturn's about to go retrograde this 4th of June. And even though Mercury's not is going to come direct on the 3rd of June, you know, on Thursday, it's weird times, you know. It's all new. And I think these last months, we have learned to slow down. We've learned to either be disillusioned or just endings. These were all endings. And it's kind of weird to start all over again. You know, we kind of have that energy. But Mercury retrograde is like, whoa, shit, you know, rethinking whether that is truly where we want to invest our energy in. And we might have a fear. We might have, you know, just, I'm seeing that a lot actually in people right now, where they're not sure whether that is truly where they want to continue. And maybe what I'm saying here is that we have to have the patience of a new moon energy to ask a question and to not have it instantly answered, but wait 2 weeks, maybe 6 months to see it manifest. And maybe that's something that we needed to learn, to be patient. Because a sun in Gemini and a moon in Gemini is not patient. It is all over the place. It wants to search. It is active. It wants to do. It is linked to commerce, right? But Mercury in Taurus then retrograde is, where am I investing the wrong things? This is mishappenings, you know. These are, I've misinvested there, I've misinvested there, there's miscommunications, I've said the wrong things there. It's squaring Saturn, so we could feel restricted. We are, see, that's the thing, you know. Mercury retrograde squaring Saturn, Saturn squaring the nodes. There's a delay. There's a slowness, if that's even a word, into this all, even though Mars is in Aries and Jupiter is in Aries, which is massive action, which is a massive gut instinct. We gotta trust it. And it is exploring. It wants to travel. It wants to go. I mean, Sun is in Gemini, Mars is in Aries, and Jupiter conjunct. We want to explore. We want to travel. We want to get out. And it's just like, but in the doing so, you know, we kind of have to have a little bit of patience here still. You know, Mercury, Saturn is squaring the nodes for quite a long time still, though. Pretty much the entire 2022. So that's why I would say, you know, even though we start new things, we always have to readjust. We have to re-engineer, we have to rethink and allow that process to unfold, and have the patience to send out an intention and to wait for it to be answers, instead of it having to have manifested truly, really. It is only when we are able to let it go that it might manifest faster, because we are not constantly intervening, you know. So I do have to say that by the 3rd of June, we got Moon in Cancer, we got Mercury, well, we got Mars in Aries, and we got Venus in Taurus. Venus is in Taurus. So there is kind of, you know, Neptune is in Pisces, Saturn is in its old Aquarius, you know, home sign. So there is kind of a familiar feeling, okay? It is like coming home after a trip and feeling like, okay, well, you know, I might have missed this a little bit. There's this, you know, certain kind of streamline. I know where everything is in its place, and I sleep in my own bed. It's always, you know, just a little bit more cozier or comfortable for most people. So there is kind of a, it is knowing, even though, you know, there's a new start, we are still a little bit in between those two worlds. We're seeing that we are already more on the side of the new world. And I'm not going to use the word order with that. That is up to, you know, you believing in that or not, whether, you know, it is being manifested or not, that doesn't matter. But, you know, we are in that new world already. We're there, but it's still confusing. It's new. There is though a little bit of comfortableness, a coziness of like, okay, there's a little bit home, okay? It's not that bad. And then, you know, Saturn comes retrograde and is reflecting on our responsibilities, the new responsibilities that we've been taking on since February 2022 until October 2022. We are reflecting from February, like what we've done, the new status, the new responsibilities, the new roles, the new job, the new work, the new day-to-day tasks that we've been taking on, reflecting on that, redoing that, refining it, and purifying it, you know? So it's, Saturn's going to be super loud, especially because it's squaring the node, it's squaring Mercury retrograde. You know, just have patience. I think that would be my main message. Excuse me. Well, we say when something is sneezed, it is confirmed. So I guess that would be the confirmation for you there. So yes, let me ask you a question. What question, what intention do you want to have answered in 2 weeks and 6 months? Put it in the comments below. And I'm looking forward to maybe brainstorm together. Sending you much love and hope you have a blissful week. Bye-bye. See you next week.